Actually, the book starts with the most ordinary thing, the sign of the cross. It goes back to the 2nd century when Christians were being persecuted, and they would touch their forehead just to say, I'm a Christian, are you a Christian? When they started talking in the next century about the Trinity, they held 3 fingers together. When in the next century they started asking, is Christ human or divine? And they decided he was both, they tucked these 2 fingers back.
So it's sort of like a secret handshake.
Yes, and they packed a lot of symbolism in just one gesture.
But the origins of that are not biblical, per se.
No, some of the things are biblical, some of the things predate the Bible, exactly.
A lot of things that we think about are just natural sort of parts of religious activities. Prayer is one of the things. Now, explain to me why hands are held together in prayer.
Well, one of the things, it's a gesture of humility, but it's also a shackling gesture. When you throw hand claps on a prisoner, what the prisoner is saying is, I am your master. And what we're praying to God, we're saying in a sense, God is the master. The book deals not only with Christianity, but with Judaism, Islam. I look at relics. I mean, there's a cathedral in Europe that claims that have 5 planks from the original manger, a cathedral in Aachen, Germany that claims to have the baby Jesus' original diaper, the swaddling cloth.
So everybody's got a little bit of an artifact. That's something we referred to Hanukkah earlier. This is the end of Hanukkah, of course. We talk about the menorah. Now, there are stories about why Hanukkah's the light from 8 nights, the oil for the 8 nights. But why does the menorah look the way that it does?
Well, I always like to tell you something you didn't know. What most people might be surprised to learn, the original menorah had 7 chambers to be lighted. And when the Second Temple was destroyed, the rule was you don't duplicate any of the original sacred objects. So for many, many centuries, menorahs could have 8 branches or 6, but not 7. However, today, in the electrified age, you can have a menorah with 7 electrified lights on it, since that is not an exact duplication of the original. So technology has sort of gotten around Scripture.
All right. Well, there's something that has gotten around Christmas, and that is the 12 days of Christmas. Obviously, this story we've all heard, that 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, all that. Let's go through all those little
It actually goes back to 12 days of Christmas, to Henry VIII, when he broke with the church, started persecuting Christians. Christians needed a little coded message where they could get in the major tenets of their faith. Every image in that song means something coded. Partridge in a Pear Tree is Jesus Christ. We keep coming back to that. Let's sing.
Go through. All right.
You sing this side, and I'll tell you.
Do I have to sing it?
Well, go ahead. You can sing it.
2 turtle doves. Yeah, all that.
The Old and the New Testament.
3 French hens.
Faith, hope, and charity. Do another one.
4 calling birds.
The 4 Gospels. 6 geese a laying. The 6 days of creation. This
8 maids a milking.
The 8 Beatitudes of Jesus Christ.
So they were.
You could teach your children in a coded manner the major tenets of your faith and not have them persecuted.
So this was, when you put together this book, I mean, it was your story here, I mean, was your intention here to be profound, to be,
fun,
because it really is fun, isn't it?
Yes. To be entertaining, to be respectful of all the religions, but to tell you things you didn't know. You know what the virgin birth is, but I bet you didn't know that the Catholic Church says there was a 2nd stage to the virgin birth. During the birthing process, Mary never broke water. She never had labor pains. There was no vaginal exit of the baby Jesus, and the hymen was never broken. Now, I did not know this, and I was brought up a Roman Catholic and steeped in religion.
How did you find all this out, and how do you know that you're right?
Because a lot of digging, and I go to major